was a kid at school named Max, and they called Max the raccoon. Yo, what's up? Because Max could find furniture anywhere. Didn't matter what it was. Gaming chairs, mini fridges, lamps, half a trampoline one time. And whenever someone asked where he got it, he would always say, the curb, or garbage can behind Jewel. Now behind the school was this tiny little forest area that students were technically banned from going into, which obviously made kids want to go in there more. But one day, Max decides, I'm gonna build a hangout in the woods. So at first, he drags out 2 lawn chairs and a milk crate. Then the next week, there's a couch and a rug. Then somehow, a standing lamp connected to a generator. Every day after school, this dude is dragging more and more furniture out to this hangout spot, and it's looking awesome. And kids began to hang out there every day. Portable speakers, Uno games, snacks, the mini fridge. By springtime, there was multiple couches, Christmas lights. It was a complete vibe. People would literally say, hey, you going to Max's place later? And by that, they meant the woods. Teachers had no idea this existed until one day a janitor went back there and discovered what looked like a fully furnished living room hidden behind the school in a patch of trees. He gets the principal walks back there. What is... Oh my god. He had everything removed, but he did say, that's impressive. And it was impressive. Senior year, somebody pulled the most evil school prank anyone has ever seen. It started during first period in math class. Dead quiet, the teachers are writing notes on the board, and out of nowhere, faintly, you heard Baby Shark Song. What is that? The whole class looks up, the teacher stops writing. Whoever's playing that, turn it off! Then the music cuts off and everyone's confused for a second. Then 10 minutes later, it happens again. But it's louder this time. Yo, what is going on? This time, it wouldn't stop. The song was on repeat. People are laughing, the teachers are losing their minds, and the staff is looking for where this is coming from. Nobody could find it. And then a little bit later, it gets worse. The song is playing everywhere. It's obviously coming from multiple different speakers. In the science room, in the bathrooms, above the cafeteria, and every single speaker is synced together. And it disrupts the entire school day because kids can't focus, teachers can't teach. Every time they find one speaker, the other ones get louder. Apparently, the seniors had hidden these Bluetooth speakers in ceiling tiles, nooks, crannies behind lockers. There was even one in the trophy case. It took almost 3 full hours to find each and every one of them. Let's just say every single student and teacher in that school had Baby Shark stuck in their head for at least a month after that. That, my friends, is genius. There was this girl on the swim team named Maddie. Hey! And Maddie hated swim practice more than anybody alive. Because every day after school, the team had to get on this humid, disgusting bus and drive across town to the Park District pool. The bus had towels everywhere. The chlorine smell always trapped in the seats. Some kid always eating goldfish crackers for no reason. They're delicious. They're so good. Then after they get to the pool, 3 straight hours of misery would begin. Sprint laps, flip turns, the coach screaming, swim faster, you idiots! People were literally throwing up after they were done. Then one day during practice, the lifeguard suddenly blows the whistle. Everybody out of the pool! Apparently, on the other half of the pool, a kid taking swim lessons pooped, and swim practice was canceled instantly. Everybody goes home, and Maddie realizes this is a life hack. So the next week, she goes to swim practice unusually happy. Hidden in her hoodie pocket is a fake plastic poop from the prank store. Halfway through practice, everyone is exhausted doing their sprints. Maddie casually swims to the deep end, drops the fake poop in, and pushes off the wall. At first, nobody notices. Then one kid surfaces and goes, poop! Poop! Instantly, people begin freaking out. Everyone's climbing out of the pool. The lifeguard blows the whistle. The coach looks, yep, that's poop. Pool gets shut down, practice gets canceled. At this point, the coach and the swim team had left, but the lifeguards, as they began to clean, they realized this is not a real poop. Nobody ever proved it was Maddie. And from that day on, if a poop showed up, they made sure to check if it was real before practice was canceled. But for that day, she got half the practice off, and she was so proud of herself. Hector's driving to work one morning when he sees something on his dashboard. What is... It's a jumping spider, and Hector does not do spiders. So immediately he's freaking out. The car's swerving. It's dangerous. He's trying to keep one eye on the road and one eye on this thing. Then the spider disappears somewhere in the windshield. He's gone. For now. The next morning, Hector gets in the car to go to work, and the spider's back. This time, Hector kind of sighs. He's like, all right, you just stay there, okay? And weirdly, after a while, he gets used to it. That spider's there every morning. Oh, hey, morning, buddy! Sometimes on the dash, sometimes on the radio knob, and eventually Hector starts talking to her on his way to work. Man, it's good to see you today. I didn't sleep well last night, but I think with some coffee I'll be good. If traffic was bad, look at this idiot! That's what I'm saying. If he's late, we're not gonna make it on time today, buddy. At one point, Hector doesn't see him for a few days. He gets worried, but then he pops back up. Okay, there you are. I missed you. Now it's a part of the routine. It's been about a week since he met the spider, and it's his buddy now. One day, he's driving his wife to work. She gets in the car, and she sees the spider. All right, let's go. Ah! Oh no, that's just... Ew. Don't worry, he's dead now. His wife just killed his best friend, and he's actually devastated. The ride to church is pretty quiet. His wife finally says, "Are you seriously mad at me right now?" And he just cries. "You rode with me every single day this past week. He was my best friend. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace." Man, that's sad. There was a kid in class that never talked, always sitting by himself staring ahead. One day, the kid next to him is trying to be friendly, and he noticed he's got a headphone in underneath his hat. "Hey man, what you listening to?" Maybe it was music, maybe it was a podcast, he doesn't know. Kid slowly pulls out one earbud and hands it over. Okay, it's weird, but the kid takes it, puts it in his own ear. Oh, you want me to listen? Okay. At first, he thinks it's broken. Then he hears it. 481, 482. What is this? It's just some guy's voice counting. Kid then pulls out his phone and shows him. The video on his phone said, "British guy counting to 5,000. Oh, nice, man. Why do you listen to this stuff? And all the kid said to him was, "None of your freaking business, bro." 496. That is so weird. They wanted a legendary senior prank. They snuck to the football field at midnight with a gallon of chemicals, and their plan was to spell out the graduation year in big numbers across the field with these chemicals, so the grass would die and would spell out 2025. Guys, just wait till after the weekend. It's gonna look awesome. Best prank ever. When Monday came around, it worked. Their graduation year was spelled out. But apparently this field used specialized soil. The chemicals seeped into there and spread around. The damage was permanent. School brings in a contractor. I know you think it's just grass, but it's not just grass. It's a $10,000 repair. We have a game in 3 days. Well, fork it up. Now the school actually wanted to be chill about this. They were just gonna give the kids community service and call it a day. But when the insurance company came, we aren't paying a dime for this unless you call the police and file a report for vandalism. That's just how it goes. So in order to fix the field, the school had to make it official. They had to file a police report against these kids. They all got taken down to the station, and they got a court date. And yeah, that definitely ruined their graduation. This family is so weird. So this kid gets invited over to his friend's house, and it's a normal day at first. We were swimming and hanging out. It was whatever. But the setup to the house is already weird. To get to the backyard pool, you have to walk straight through the parents' bedroom. And on the walls of the bedroom, it was just pictures of my friend's mom. Hundreds of them. In different costumes, hundreds of framed pictures all over the walls. In a cowboy costume, in an Elmo costume, in a horse costume where she was the head of the horse and his dad was the butt. So he's already like, yeah, this house is weird. But it gets worse. Later that day, they all go inside, and the friend's mom goes, "Okay, who wants some ice cream?" I was like, heck yeah, I love ice cream. She scoops the vanilla into the bowl and hands it to him. But then she grabs a bottle from the fridge and says, "Do you want ranch on it?" I didn't know how to answer, but I assumed it was a joke, so I just laughed and said, "No, I'm okay." She just looks confused. And then her son, this kid's friend, says, "I'll take some, Mom." Dude, it's so much better with ranch on it. Then the dad walks in, he grabs a bowl. "Oh, this looks good. Who's got the ranch?" I'm just sitting there watching them all eat vanilla ice cream with ranch on it, and they're looking at me like I'm the weird one. Hey, I never went back to that house ever again. In one high school, there was a science teacher who was a bit older. He was a pretty nice guy, but he sweat all the time. Is it hot in here or is it just me? I'm sweating up a storm. Well, he would do this super weird, gross thing every single day. He had this plant on his desk, and towards the end of class, every single day, he would take off his shirt in front of everybody and wring out his sweaty shirt into the plant. "Sir, what are you doing?" "Plants need water, Kyle. What do you think I'm doing?" He was eventually fired because taking your shirt off in class is frowned upon. Makes sense. Times nice people snapped. This person said that when he was in middle school, there was a kid in his class named Bob. Bob was nice. He was kind of interesting. He was scrawny. He looked very small. And the gym teacher was a very, very mean man. And every day in gym class, he would make fun of Bob. Ruthlessly. Well, one day, the gym teacher said something bad about Bob's mom. Well, Bob's mom had some conditions that made her weak and unhealthy. Not by her choice. She was sick. That's when Bob snapped. Something came over him, and scrawny Bob lunged for the 6'5" gym teacher and started beating his ass. And in that moment, the gym teacher looked like he stood no chance. Bob was going crazy on him. They were eventually split up, and Bob was expelled. But the gym teacher was fired for being a jerk and for fighting a student. This kid is an absolute legend. When this kid was growing up, he had somehow grown a tail. Well, by the time he was in 6th grade, he had to get it surgically removed. The surgery was a success, but he had stitches where the tail had to be removed. He was given a doctor's note to bring to class, to let his teachers know that he was supposed to sit on a soft cushion, because stitches. Well, one of his teachers wasn't having it. Hey, no, you can't sit on that unless you have a cushion for everyone in this class. But sir, I have a doctor's note. I don't care. These chairs are way too hard. I have stitches. Listen, you rabbit's foot prick. You're gonna man up and sit down, okay? So what he did was, on purpose, he sat down on that stiff chair as hard as he possibly could. So hard that his stitches tore, and he started bleeding all over the place. Go to the principal's office right now. When he got there, he told the principal what happened, and the principal was on his side. However, the worst part about this was the teacher didn't get in trouble at all. They had a substitute teacher, and Henry was sitting in the back of the classroom. He was minding his business. And the substitute came in that day strict for no reason. He scanned the classroom, and he saw Henry in the back. He sees 2 small devices in Henry's ears. Hey, you! Give me those headphones now. Okay. He didn't argue, he just handed over the devices. The substitute then took these, put it in the drawer, and began teaching. About 10 minutes later, he needed a volunteer. Okay, one of you come up here. You know what? How about you? In the back. Henry. No response. Since you wanted to listen to music all class, why don't you come up here and help me? Still nothing. He then lost it and walked straight to Henry. Hi, hello? Why are you ignoring me? Oh, you were talking to me? Yes. I'm sorry, I can't understand you, sir. You made me give you my hearing aids. This dude had confiscated Henry's medical necessity, and boy, did he feel stupid about that. Well, why didn't you tell me? I don't know, you seemed real strict about it. He returned the hearing aids right then and there, but he never returned to that school. Yeah, I wouldn't either. This school banned caffeine, but the no caffeine policy was failing. Every trash can was a graveyard for energy drink cans. But there were too many kids blatantly not following the no caffeine rules, so they couldn't punish everybody. So the next Monday morning, the dean announced that they have installed molecular sensors in the HVAC vents. And don't bother with Gatorade cans or cups. These sensors pick up the scents of taurine, caffeine, so if you crack a can, we will know. Now, obviously the dean was lying. That's not a thing. And a lot of kids knew that, but some kids were super gullible. So this worked for a few days. The hallways were silent and the bins were empty. No mountain of cans. But the students, they figured out how to blind the sensors. Now, this big group of students weren't the smartest, but here's what they came up with. Every time a student opened an energy drink or was sipping caffeine, 4 others would blast the nearest vent with Axe body spray. Cracking now? Spray, boys, spray! They figured if you overloaded the sensors with fragrance, they wouldn't catch the scent of caffeine. Now, like I said, the sensors were a lie, but now there was a real issue with school air quality. Halfway through the day, there was so much Axe body spray filtering through all the vents that it was unbreathable. They had to evacuate the school. Students, everybody please evacuate the building. We have a major air quality issue. God, this is ridiculous. The school was shut down for 48 hours. Now, this was at some school in a small town, so I guess that makes a bit more sense. But still, that's nuts. Freaking bus drivers. Mr. Miller was the kind of bus driver who looked like he hadn't slept since 2004. He didn't care about your safety, he only cared about his blood pressure. And if you broke rule number 1, the whole bus was going down with him. It was 8 a.m. and somebody had the audacity to crack a window to get some air. Well, Mr. Miller hit the brakes so hard, kids in the front row nearly smacked against the windshield. Are you serious right now? If I hear one more click of the latch, I'm turning this bus around and dropping everybody off back at their driveways. It was silent for a while. Then this one kid moved his backpack to let somebody in. Kyle, is that a bag in the aisle? You want me to trip and sue your parents? Pick it up and put it in your lap like a civilized human being. Or get off my bus. Kyle, I got a headache, don't test me. But here's the thing. While Mr. Miller is having a midlife crisis over a window and a backpack, the back of the bus is literally a lawless wasteland. One kid brought a Bluetooth speaker and was blasting Cocoa Melon while 2 other kids fought over a granola bar and a fruit by the foot. Mr. Miller, there's a full-blown fight happening in the back. I don't care! As long as the aisles are clear and the windows are closed, you guys could kill each other for all that I care. They finally get to the school and he opens the door. Get out, all of you, and if I see a single piece of gum on the seats, I'm calling your mothers, especially you, Kyle. That's why you gotta watch out for those bus drivers. Here's what happens when your coach smashes lost your phone. This school's basketball coach was pretty intense. All right, huddle up, everybody. Time for team talk. It was one day after practice, and everybody was huddled up by the coach for like a regroup thing. But this kid named Johnny was on his phone. Hey, Johnny, come on, man. This is team huddle. Give me your phone right now. Johnny hands it over, thinking he's just gonna get a lecture. Fine. Coach takes the phone, walks straight into the equipment room, and slams the door. And then everybody hears it. The sound of smashing, cracking, screaming from the coach. Johnny's stomach drops. His phone was brand new. His parents saved up for 3 months to get it for him for his birthday. He's shaking. He's almost crying. The coach walks back out, holding a mangled piece of metal and glass. Here's what happens when you're not paying attention, kid. Johnny notices something immediately. The mangled phone was way too light, and he flips it over and realizes it's not even real. It's a dummy phone from the school drama department. Your real phone's in my office. Maybe now you'll lock in during team time, okay? From that day on, Johnny left his phone far away in the locker during practice. Dude, that coach is kinda awesome. She was holding up a stapler like it was a weapon. This is not a toy, okay? Then she passes it around the class so that everyone can hold it and look at it for some reason. Now, this is the first day of first grade, and these kids are looking at the stapler like it's gonna frickin' explode. Oh. One kid's cradling it like a baby. Good stapler. Then it gets to him, and without hesitation, he takes that stapler and staples the palm of his hand. The room goes completely silent. Why did you do that? The whole reason the teacher did this was that the students can familiarize themselves with the stapler and not hurt themselves. But this kid said screw it. And now he's in pain. They rush him to the nurse. He gets a staple taken out of his hand. And the funny part is, he did the exact same thing the next week. Some people never learn. This kid turned a broken vending machine into a business. So during construction at this one school, it got moved to this weird corner by the band room. Most people ignore it. It's kind of like cracked. The lights don't work in there. It just looks off. This one freshman notices something. If you tilt the keypad kind of forward, it'll come off. There's a bunch of random little switches and buttons behind it. And he realized if you just press a bunch of these buttons, snacks just start falling out of the vending machine. This broken vending machine, what does this do? Oh my gosh, I think you're right. So instead of going nuts, he keeps this quiet. Starts posting on Snapchat, $1 chips, meet by the band room. By this point, he had gathered a bunch of snacks from this vending machine, and people were lining up to pay for these snacks. And the thing is, he's selling these for cheaper than the vending machine charged because, well, he got them for free. By the end of the first week, it was a full-blown snack operation and he made $80. But one day, a custodian was kind of watching him from afar and saw what he was doing. What is that kid doing? Nice. Dear God. The day after that, the vending machine was moved. But by that point, most of the snacks were gone anyway, and he made a good amount of money. So, hey, you gotta respect the hustle. It was lunchtime. Everyone is sitting on the lunch tables. It's pretty packed. And, well, a chain reaction starts. The one where you punch someone in the shoulder and you say, pass it on. Pass it on. Pass it on. There's laughter, everybody's playing along. The row across from them sees this, and then they join in as well. Well, it gets to this one kid. Pass it on. He bursts into tears. He's ugly crying. He's wailing so loud, the whole cafeteria is staring at him. He bolts out of the lunchroom and goes straight to the office. No, you have to do something. He assaulted my son. I promise you we're gonna get to the bottom of this, okay? No, my son was assaulted. We demand expulsion. Cut to the kid being called into the office. Hey. I met with the kid's parents and the school board. I'm giving you a 120-day expulsion. Wait, for real? It was a game. Everybody was playing. Shut your mouth. 120 days. Even some of the kids that were at the table tried to go to the principal's office to explain that, yo, this was actually a harmless game and everybody was playing. That kid is just being a baby. But he didn't listen. And that kid was expelled for 120 days. And here's the worst part. After 120 days, he was allowed to come back. But if he messed up one time by even getting a detention, they would put him on a permanent expulsion. That's kind of messed up. One day, this group of middle schoolers decided they're gonna start a band. They got a rusty drum set, a broken amp, and one kid with a guitar who only knows like 2 chords. Well, here's what they did. They made flyers and they put them around the school. Live garage concert, $1 admission, and they put the address. Well, after school, kids start showing up to this garage. The first day it was like 10 people, and these guys come out like they're freaking rock stars. What's up, everybody? What's up? You ready for a concert? And the people are like, yeah, sure, I guess. Just play something. And they launch into their one song. Garage music! Garage music! And it ends. That's it. Play something else. But they don't know anything else, so they just played the song again. Garage music! Garage music! And those kids left pissed off. But the thing is, people kept coming back every single week and paying the entry fee just so they could boo this band. Garage music! You guys freaking suck! Yeah, you guys stink! Every time there was a garage concert, these students would bring different foods to throw at them. And the band, they didn't really care. Because they're making $15 to $20 a show for only like a minute of music. Hey, gotta respect the hustle. It's the first week of school and this kid's rocking some brand new expensive Nikes. Hey yo, peep the kicks. Ooh, those are clean, bro. Yeah, they remind me of my mom. Then in the middle of class, the fire alarm goes off. Oh, all right. And everyone crams into the hallway. Excuse me. Well, as he's making his way out, a student behind him steps on his right shoe, and his shoe comes off. Yo, wait, my shoe! Keep it moving. He gets outside, and he's standing there with only one shoe on. Every grade is lined up. He's begging him to go back in. No, you don't understand. My other shoe is inside, and those were expensive. Are you nuts? No, forget it. Eventually, they're all let back inside, and he's looking everywhere. He can't find his shoe. It's like it's just gone. And at lunch, he's sitting there, and here's where it gets interesting. I guess some kid saw that the shoe had fallen off and took it, put it in his backpack. You see, they took a picture of the shoe, put it on a document, and typed, "If you ever want to see your shoe again, it's $45. And as he's sitting at lunch, someone in a hoodie slips him this note. Man. Now it's a full-blown shoe hostage situation. There was a random email on the flyer, and he emailed it. The kidnapper set up a spot, told him to drop the money, and they would drop the shoe. And he paid the $45. But hey, he got his shoe back. That's actually crazy. It's the end of the semester. Grades are locked except for one final group project. Well, this kid named Brian is already failing the class. Even if he gets an A on this project, he's still done. Nothing matters. Well, his teammates on this group project, he overhears them talking. If I get a B on this project, I pass the class. Same, I can't fail this. The night before the presentation, Ryan's in his room and he's on his laptop. He goes to the Google Docs and the Google presentation and he deletes everything. The next morning in class, it's a nightmare. Okay, Kayla, Kyle, and Ryan's group, you're next. I don't know what happened. It's not here anymore? Here, let me see. It's all blank? What happened? Oh, that's so weird. Well, did you have backups? No, you know how strict I was about this. You all get a 0. My mom's gonna kill me. The group mates and a teacher later found out what happened and Ryan was suspended and he failed. And the other two were able to redo the project and pass. So there's that. Christmas break had just started and this one kid in the neighborhood had a huge yard. His backyard was long and at the end of it, there was this hill that was pretty big. Well, then it snowed a lot. So he grabbed the shovel and he went to work. He used the snow to make his hill even bigger. And then he carved out 3 different sledding tracks. Yes. This is gonna be awesome. These tracks had barriers, even jumps. When he was done, he strung Christmas lights around the yard. And he set up speakers blasting holiday music. And pretty soon, all the kids in the neighborhood noticed this. And they all wanted to have some fun. Alright, I'm charging $5 to get in, but that includes a sled, Christmas music, and free hot chocolate. I'm in. And that night, the yard looked like a festival. A line of kids from the neighborhood, cash in hand, everybody in snowsuits, sleds sliding down the hill, and Christmas music blasting. Even the parents were there, all hanging out with each other. This is actually pretty cool. I can't believe the kids did this. I know, right? It was a great night, and eventually everybody went home. But that kid used the money he made that night to buy his entire family Christmas gifts, and that is beautiful. He ended the bully with one sentence. This happened in 10th grade, one of those chill Fridays. Our assembly ended early, everyone's hanging out in the cafeteria, then you hear it. Bro, what even is your outfit? It's Dylan, popular kid, big mouth, always has something to say. Well, he's talking to this kid named Micah. Micah's wearing a hoodie and brown corduroys. It's a chill outfit to me, you know? Where'd you get those pants? Grandma's closet? All of Dylan's cronies laugh. Micah looks up, doesn't flinch, doesn't smile. He just says this. How many days in a row are you gonna wear those sweatpants? Everything stops, even Dylan gets quiet. Like, legit question, 5, 6 days? Somebody behind Micah says, it's been at least a week. Dylan looks down. Gray Nike sweatpants. It's true. They're just comfy, man. Oh, got it. Just checking. Dylan walks away and Micah goes back to eating his Cliff Bar. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you gotta wear sweatpants a couple days in a row, but if you're gonna throw shots at somebody else's outfit, you better expect them to throw some shots back. That Monday, Dylan shows up to school in jeans. And he doesn't say another word about anyone's outfit ever again. This class is so messed up for this. It's middle school science, and this teacher is a sweet, older woman. She's soft-spoken, she's always kind, she truly cares about her students. She's one of the good ones. Well, one year, she bought every single one of her students their own pencil case with her own money. She filled them with rulers, pencils, erasers, everything they could possibly need. Class, no need to bring supplies, I got you, okay? So each of her students has these full pencil cases, and one day she steps out for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's it. Snap, thud, whip. The students start chucking these pencil cases across the room, snapping rulers, breaking pencils, breaking the zippers, and they're all laughing like maniacs. She just walks back in and she freezes. Wait, what happened? No one answers. She picks up a broken pencil case and holds it in her hands, and she just starts crying in front of everybody. What would you guys do this? Why would you guys do this? Super messed up. Well, the next day she comes into class. She says this. Class, I'm so sorry for getting upset yesterday. That was not good of me. I should have been more composed. I just wanted you guys to have everything you needed, okay? Anyway, I brought you all some candy. And then she gave them candy. Dude, they were the ones that should have apologized to her. She was one of the best teachers in that school. And students who were in that class say that this messes them up to this day. Which it should. No, this backfired. This happened during a school test. This kid's about to get started, but this girl, his bully, says this to him right before. Hey, loser, I'm gonna cheat off you. This is the same girl that's been bullying him for years. But this time he has a plan. He just says, sure. Well, what this girl didn't know was that this kid got extra time on exams. So on test days, when class ends, most kids leave, but he still has an extra 30 minutes to finish the test. I had this in school as well. So here's what he did. The exam starts, and she's cheating off his test. Answer for answer, identical. Well, for the first hour of the exam, he's answering everything wrong. Even the short answers. Stuff like, what is inflation? He puts, when a balloon gets bigger. So the second she finishes copying, she stands up, turns her test in, and done. Thanks, idiot. And walks out of the room all cocky, super smug. Well, at this point, everybody else had left, and now he begins his extra test time. He erases his entire test and fills everything back in with the correct answers. Perfect. A week later, they get their test back. He gets 100%. She gets a 0 because he purposely made every question completely wrong. This makes no sense. What's wrong? Oh, 0? That sucks. I got 100. Who's the idiot now? Hey, don't underestimate me. She was so mad, but from that day on, she rarely bullied him anymore because obviously this kid was 10 steps ahead. He's a genius for this. This has to be the weirdest sleepover ever. Everything was chill until about 6 p.m. Sleepover's been going smooth, pizza, Mario Kart, chillin'. Then suddenly his friend goes, oh, my stomach hurts. At first, he just shrugs it off. By 7 p.m., it got worse. It's on the floor, groaning. His mom's panicking. Honey, are you okay? It hurts so bad. We're going to the ER right now. That's when he says, wait, what about me? You stay here with Grandma, sweetie. Bye. What? Door slams, tires screech, they're gone. Hello there. I'm Grandma. Hi. Wanna watch Wheel of Fortune? Sure. My insides are on fire. We're almost there. Stay with me, sweetie. Stay with me. What you knitting? Well, I'm making you a hat, my dear. Awesome. Somebody help, my son is dying. I have lasagna and cookies for us. It smells amazing. Count backwards from 10, please. 10. 9. Good. Scalpel. Oh dear, I'm tired too. Look at that, it's 8:30 p.m. Past our bedtime. Why don't you head upstairs, go to sleep. I'll head to my room. See you in the morning, dear. Sweet dreams, Grandma. And that's how a kid had the best night of his life with his friend's grandma while his friend was in the hospital having surgery because his appendix burst. Who could have saw that coming?
কালকে সারা রাত তোমার আমি কল দিছি
সারা রাত তাহলে আপনি শুনুন আপনার ভালোবাসার মানুষের অতীত বর্তমান পাগল কোন একদম ঠিক হয় না ওনার ব্যথা লাগে নাই
ব্যথা তো বেশি তুমি
বুকিংয়ে ব্যথা লাগছে মানে?
বন্ধু তুই চিন্তা করিস না রে, ভাবির মন ঠিকই গলে যায়।
ভাবির মন তো ঘুরবে কিন্তু
আরে না না না,
সম্ভব না। গাড়ি ঘুরা তো।
হঠাৎ আমার বাসার নিচে কোনো জরুরি দরকার?
তুমি কি আজকে কোচিং এ যাও নাই? সুন্দর মতো যাবি, ভাবির নামটা জিজ্ঞাসি। আর শুন, ভালো মতো কথা কবে, ভাবি লাগে। খালি ফাপড় আর চাপাবাজি, এই বাদে আর কিছু পারছস?
বুকিং?
বুকিং মানে বুকিং, তুমি আমার আমি তোমার, বুকিং দিয়ে দিছি ফাইনাল।
আমাকে বুকিং দিছে মানে আমাকে কে বুকিং দিছে দোস্ত?
তোর যে আশিক আছে না, এখন তো ও আমার পিছনে লাগছে।
আমার তো অনেক ভয় লাগতেছে দোস্ত। এই যে আস্তে আস্তে সব মানুষ জানবে, তারপর আমার ফ্যামিলিকেও জানিয়ে দিবে। আর আমার
এন্ড বেস্ট অফ লাক ফর ডক্টরশিপ। আমি দোয়া করি তুমি যেন একজন ভালো ডক্টর হও।
আমার কাছে জিনের বাচ্চার নাম্বার আছে। জিনের বাচ্চা
করতে চাস নাকি ইটিস পিটিস করতে চাস? রক্তমিস। হ্যালো বন্ধু, আমার রোদে দিছস?
এই তো দিছি তো।
ঠিক মতো রোদে দিছস?
কি শুনতে চান? আমি আপনাকে ভালোবাসি? কি হয়েছে বলতো?
আর বলিস না, তোরে যে বুকিং দিছে সে তো এখন আমার পিছনে লাগছে।
দিশান, আমার দরজা লাগিয়ে দিচ্ছে। আমার দরজা লাগিয়ে দিচ্ছে। কই যায়? কই যা?
আমরা তো বিয়েই দিয়ে দিবে বাসা থেকে।
মাম্মা লাভ স্টোরি তো শুরু করে দিলা। ভালো ভালো ভালো। মালটারে কি পড়ানো যায়?
তুমি একটা কাম কর, আজকে থেকে আমি তোমার, তুমি আমার, ব্যাস ডিসিশন ফাইনাল, বুকিং দিয়ে রাখলাম। ঠিক আছে? কি খবর তোমাদের, কেমন আছো তোমরা সবাই? ভালো তো না? তুমি জানো তোমার কালকে তো কতবার কল দিচ্ছি।
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
কি রে? এদার রহিন, মানা করতেছি। কিছু না কিছু। ভাবি আপনি জানেন আমি একবার অসুস্থ হয়ে গেছিলাম, ও আমাকে রক্ত দেয়নি, আর আজকে আপনাকে রক্ত দিয়ে চিঠি লিখছে।
কিরে মাম্মা, কই রে তুই? কতক্ষণ ধরে দাঁড়ায় থাকবো? কনসার্ট তো শুরু হয়ে যাবো।
তাইলে তো বন্ধু রীত লেগে গেল। আরে বেটা এত লাফাইস না, যেরকম শুনতেছি পরীর মতো এরকম করলে তো বেটা যা।
পারলে তো ভালো।
দেখা যাক কি করে শালা।
বোবা, হ্যাঁ কথা বলতে পারো না?
বিয়ান সাহেব, আসসালামু আলাইকুম বিয়ান সাহেব।
এক্সকিউজ মি।
তাই তুই কেন ফোন যান না? তোমার নাম্বারটা তাড়াতাড়ি করে বলো।
ঘন্টার পর তো গার্লফ্রেন্ডের লাগে ওয়েট করতে পারো, আর বন্ধুর লাগে 2 মিনিট ওয়েট করতে পারবা না?
ও এখন আমার দোস্ত।
তাইলে তো বন্ধু রীত লেগে গেল। আরে বেটা এত লাফাইস না, যেরকম শুনতেছি পরীর মতো এরকম করলে তো বেটা
বাদ দে, কালকে 4টা দেখা হবে।
ঠিক আছে মামা।
ঠিক আছে মামা।
ঠিক মতো যা।
শালা পারলাম না রে।
আরে তোর তো হাওয়াটা একটু হয়ে গেল।
তুলি, তুই তো সুন্দর নাম। আরে শুন, আমি জিসান, আই লাভ ইউ।
আপনাদের তো চিনলাম না। আমার বড় বোনের যে দেবরগুলো আছেন তো সবাইকেই চিনি, বাট আপনাদেরকে তো চিনি না।
তুমি পড়ো, ঘুমাও তাহলে। গুড নাইট আর বাই।
সহজে কোনো কিছু পাওয়ার মজা নাই, কিন্তু আমগো দোস্ত জিসান কি কম। ও ভাবি লাগে বেটা, লজ্জা লাগে না? তুই ওর কথা বাদ দে, পারো তুই যা।
জামুই তো।
তুই চুপ থাক।
কিন্তু আমি তো আপনাকে চিনি না।
চিনো না যে আজকে চিনলা, আরো চিনবা, আস্তে আস্তে চিনবা। আর শুনো,